Hello, Kyvians! How are you doing? Let me stop my music here for a second. Baby got back. Alright, so today in our development update, we have a lot to go over. So let's get into it really fast because we have actually two releases that I need to go over. Because the last release, I didn't make a video for that. I did that on purpose because I knew the second release would come only in 1 week, and I didn't want to do 2 videos and that short of an amount of time. So I'm just putting everything together right now. The reason that we actually did a release last week and last Friday we did a release, and then before that was the 25th, and before that was the 21st. And the reason for that was obviously GDPR. We had to finish some stuff, so we just had to push that out. So that's why we did another release so soon. Alright, so let's just quickly go over it. I'm gonna start with the older one actually. I think that's better. So the hottest new feature, we released our GDPR data request page. The data request page is over here, so let's have a quick look over at that. This is a public page for everybody, so both Kyvians and just any users of the system, so your customers as well, can use this page. It's in simple email, name and email, and then your request to view all your personal data, to delete all your personal data, or request to edit personal data. The view one is fully 100% automatic. These two ones are semi-automatic. But we have legally 28 days to fulfill your request, but no worries, it won't take 28 days. It's a very simple process, but it's it still goes via our support. Once you fill out your stuff, you make sure you're not a robot, very important, and then you'll the system will send you an email, and you have to go to your email and click the link inside of your email. If you do not do that, the request will not be fulfilled. That's really important. We've done this because I'm predicting a lot of spammy bots that are gonna search for pages like this page right here and do fake data requests just to mess with companies stuff. I will see that. I'm seeing that happening in the next 2-3 months max, and probably faster already. You know, those assholes are really quick with shit like that. So yeah, this is very important for GDPR, of course. And then other features are smart memberships, registration, checkout page. You can now include a checkbox. I should have prepared this a little bit better. Sorry. So let me log in here. And smart memberships. I think it's in settings. Registration form. There you go. Add checkbox. It's not pretty. I didn't ask the designer to actually do this first and then go give it to the developer. I just told the developer to go do it, and then you end up with something like this. We'll make it more pretty, but it's functional, and that's most important for GDPR right now. Then we have general. We released our GDPR data. Oh yeah, that's the one I just showed you guys. A new feature: smart agents. Kyvio agency users can now purchase packages and create basic business and pro accounts. So before, agency users were only able to give out business accounts because that was the way how the old agency packages work. Now we have new agency packages that you can purchase, where you can sell your sub-users basic accounts and pro accounts as well. So if you're interested in those packages and selling them to your users, just contact support and they will help you out. If you are not an agency and you want to be, same answer, contact support, and they will explain to you everything that's necessary, and of course show you the prices and etc. etc. We have a whole bunch of improvements. The 21st of May, the Kyvio Facebook app integration has been updated to comply with some new Facebook rules, with the whole data debacle they had. What's it called? Cambridge Analytica stuff. So they updated some rules for integrations and stuff like that. We actually removed some of the requirements of data that were actually requested by our app. We didn't even save that data anyway, so we just removed those requirements and we've updated the app. Smart mailer, some textual changes. Yeah, we allowed some developers to write text there that then were, well, as it says here, to the developery, and we changed that text so normal people can understand it as well. PDF uploads are supported again in Media Manager. And before, when the user could edit his email, oh yeah, this is like a little bit of a weird design, database design thing from back in the day. We did allow people to edit their email, but if they would, incoming payments that we were tracking, of course, for their accounts would mismatch, and that obviously led to problems. So we fixed that. Now you can just edit that email. Now you have two emails, your normal email and your payment email. Your payment email cannot be edited, and your normal email can be edited as it should, of course. Improved a bunch of error messages. Yeah, when we saw that some of those error messages written by developers, I was like, well, I even barely understand some of those messages, so let's have a look at those error messages and make sure they actually are helpful for users, so they tell you what went wrong and what you need to do at that moment. Very important. And then general way team members are handled is improved. Yeah, some of the team member relationships with the site were kind of weird, and that has been improved. A team member can now remove the relationship with a site. So if you delete the site, you don't delete the actual site, because only the site owner should be able to do that. But you did delete the relationship, so it will remove from your account as a team member. And if you have other sites, you will still have your account. But if that was the last site, your account will basically be disabled. Some bug fixes. Kind of ironic, but the upload thing for favicon.ico was broken because it didn't accept ICO files. You could still work with it with PNG files, because PNG files are also accepted for favicon, but it's kind of weird still, so that's fixed. Smart Mailer fixed the faulty link in the double opt-in email in the footer. That also is very important for deliverability. So, and of course, if people clicked it. The Smart Mailer API had a 500 error in a specific case that was fixed, and we also made some other improvements. I'll go over that in the next release. Well, the one I'm gonna show you in a sec. And the blog had weird blog post dates after an import, which is fixed. And Affiliate Center contact merchant button wasn't working. It is now. Alright, so let's go to the next one. The most important, well, added this to hottest new features. It's not really a new feature, but I think it's really important for everybody to know. So the install SSL feature, when you go to edit website, over here, edit current site, there used to be an option here, install SSL. That's gone, because as you might or might not know, we actually last Friday as well, we tried to move the whole system behind a new very sophisticated DDoS protection system, and not just simple DDoS, but like an expensive one that protects on all different levels. This goes really technical, so I won't go into this too deep. But well, we've tested it for weeks on our staging server, obviously, and then we put it on production, and it didn't go as planned. There were actually problems with the SSL feature, where we start installing the SSL certificates automatically without you needing to do anything. So there was an issue with that. We think we've solved the issue, but we're going to test it now on staging again, of course. And we made some changes in our setup, so once we go back on production again, so once we release that again, if it goes wrong again, we will be able to switch back very fast, like in a matter of minutes, in case that happens, but obviously we hope it won't. But some of this is one of those things that are really difficult to test in not a real live production environment. But we'll do our very best, and I'm confident that this time, the next release that we'll do it, it will be perfectly okay. And that means all your sites will always automatically, without you having to click any button, will have SSL, and it won't be optional anymore anyway. Like the web is going there, the whole World Wide Web is going to SSL connections. That's what Google wants. It helps in your SEO, and it just gives extra confidence to your users. It just should be there. So I cannot think about any reason that SSL should not be there. So your site will have SSL standard and fully 100% automatic. But yeah, for now, that means you cannot install SSL. So actually, I would recommend for the next 2 days to not create a new site. But yeah, we're working very hard on getting that DDoS system in place and working, of course, as fast as possible. So this is not an issue. Then, of course, very big for GDPR. That's why we released the Friday, the 25th. The cookie consent bar. So each website right now, I think, can I show? Oh wait, I'll be able to show you in incognito. Kyvio.com. Let's load up. There you go. As you can see here, this is our cookie bar. You can user can decline or accept it. If it gets declined, it will remove the cookie that our system already set, and it will remember that it cannot set any cookies after that anymore. And if you accept, cookies will be set as normal, of course. Every site on the Kyvio platform will get this bar right now. What we are doing is once like that DDoS protection system I've been talking about is in place, it will only start showing for European and Canadian visitors. And then in the next sprint, so in about 2.5 weeks from now, 2.5 weeks, am I right? 1 week, no, 3 weeks. In about 3 weeks time, we will offer you features where you can customize the behavior, completely turn it off. You can completely turn it off for European and Canadians because it's a legal thing. But you'll be able to translate and put your own text in there, your own link in there as well. Because we've looked at the competition, and a lot of others that have it, they don't offer a translation or customization either. Like Langini, for example, that's one we checked out. And ClickFunnels doesn't even do it at all. And some others don't do it at all either. I don't know why, but I don't think that's a good idea. But anyway, it does look a little bit weird if your page is in Spanish and that bar is in English. So yeah, we'll make sure that you can translate that. Then also the cookie consented Kyvio login. Can I show you that as well over here? So you have to click here, otherwise you cannot log in because our application must use cookies. Right now we haven't, the fix is already on staging, so it's almost there, so it will probably be there online tomorrow. But yeah, like once you selected this, now you have to keep selecting it every time you log in, which is kind of annoying, we understand. But with the next fix, then you'll just have to accept it once and it will remember, and then you don't have to click it every time you log in. So that's a little bit easier, of course. What else? Oh yeah, you can now see invoices in your account settings. I don't think we have invoices here, of course, because we don't pay ourselves. Let's have a quick look though. You just go to account settings, then invoices and transaction history. Oh, we do actually, some tests probably. Oh yeah, all tests. And then you can download the invoice or view the invoice. As you can see it, nice looking invoice. You can just print it out over here, print, Control P, and yeah, that's it. So for every transaction you make to us, from you as a customer, a Kyvio user, you will have an invoice for that as well. What else? Oh yeah, we did some improvements in the checkbox feature in the page builder. To make sure that it will work correctly, and the flow was a little bit weird there in the first release, so it's just a little bit better now. New feature, smart mailer. Oh yeah, an important one. We added a report as spam feature in every email that gets sent out. Why? Because then we control it. Because when somebody feels this is spam, I don't like this, and I click report spam to the SMTP provider, they might get overzealous and just block you, and that hurts our whole system, and it hurts you as well. And now the spam complaint actually comes to us directly, and we record it obviously, and we have an automated system, and if you get too many spam complaints, you will get a warning. And if you do not improve your stats, your percentages, then you will be shut down. And if you abuse the system, we will take legal action. So this is definitely not a okay, go ahead and spam, because we absolutely hate spam, and our system is quite strict as well. But now we do have some extra protection for ourselves and for you guys as well, which is of course super important. And yeah, already mentioned the install SSL feature. All right, some improvements. The Thrivecart integration had a few improvements. Some better user reporting. We noticed in our logs that we were getting some errors that mentioned like, oh, you got a sale from a user, so not from us, but the product didn't exist. So the product in the membership side was just removed. Or something like that. And this, of course, kind of weird, because that means the customer wouldn't probably get what he just paid for. So if that's the case, we now send you an in-app notification, and you, of course, as a user, you need to fix that as soon as possible. And some clarification of the setup. Before, Thrivecart had like username.thrivecart.com. Somewhere around along the way, they changed to thrivecart.com/dash or this thingy, I don't know how to call it in English, and then the username, and you need to fill out your username somewhere. So just the clarification of what you need to fill out in that particular field was a little bit fuzzy. The API had some changes, like I mentioned just before. Before you had to, we haven't updated the docs yet. I just told the program, like, hey, why is that not done yet? We'll do that by tomorrow. So like, for example, oh, he did update it. Wait. Oh yeah, here, list ID is there. Okay. So my mistake. Sorry, program. So before we had site ID, and that didn't really make sense. Like, what site ID? Where does that come from? Now we have list ID, and that basically means when you're creating a new user, you have to directly add that new subscriber to a particular list as well. And you can get list ID from over here. By index, get all mailing lists, and that will return the ID as well. This is a little bit for developers under us, but the flow of using the API is better now. Where was I? Over here. Oh yeah, creation of segments. Like some bigger user, like ourselves actually as well. We had this problem when we tried to create a segment. It just took too long, and it timed out. It gave us an error, and that was just because the list was so big and there were so many users, and the calculations for doing that were not efficient enough. So we rewritten them, and now it works without any problem. Anyway, on our account, and I think we have one of the biggest, if not the biggest, account of the whole system. So that should be good. Same thing with funnel reports. Our reports, because there was so much data, they got timeouts again for bigger users. We fixed that as well. And there's some big bug fixes, not big fixes, bug fixes. Integrations, custom fields were not saving properly on ActiveCampaign, and this exact example is a phone field actually. So that's been fixed. Facebook open graph values with links were on HTTP links, so like for example your social image, instead of HTTPS link, and of course it should be HTTPS link. That's fixed. General. So as you might have known, Friday our hosting company in Germany went down for about 2.5 hours to a power dip. Very frustrating, both for you guys and for us. This is really outside of our control, obviously. We were there, we're paying this hosting company a lot of money, and this is generally a very high quality hosting company, and it's in Germany. That's like, you would expect a lot of redundancy in such systems, but apparently not enough. But anyway, after that, we had some users where their sites were unpublished, and then when you try to reactivate it, it had some conflicting error messages, which was just kind of weird. But this was a catching issue, and it's now been fixed. Just for a few days there, the team membership page that wasn't showing any data, so that's been fixed as well. Affiliate Center fixed a link manage affiliates in the old UX, and affiliates assigned to products access now not showing correctly has been fixed as well. And another little bit of a weird thing in Smart Emailer, you could add one subscriber email unlimited times, which makes absolutely no sense, of course. So we built in a check, and now you can only add one email once to your subscribers. The subscriber list, per list, obviously, not per account. Okay, so that's it. So I'll be putting that video there very soon. So we're now basically GDPR compliant, as far as you can say GDPR compliant, because even saying that has some legal, because we are not, what's the word in English? There's no official organ who says yes, you're compliant, or no. It's all the people who say, oh, we're compliant. Just us saying like, yeah, we've done all the stuff that we believe we need to do, and that's true for us as well. And it's not just us, of course. We've hired a external third-party company to help us in this, and we've now done all that they told us that is needed, and we believe that is needed as well. So we are GDPR compliant. Yay for us. I'm sure more will follow on that, but now we are back to normal, working very hard on the new Kyvio core, of course, and this week we'll still have like the official sprint's not over for our development cycle. That will be next Monday. That will be a very small release. I'll probably will not do a video about that, but just add it to the changelog page. Alright, it's been long enough again. It's summer here in the Netherlands. It's beautiful weather, and I'm still looking at 3 screens over here. But so I'm signing off for now, and I'm gonna play with my cute doggy here in the Netherlands. Oh yeah, and look, new t-shirt, Kyvio t-shirt. Just got them today. Really nice. So very good quality, and soon you'll be having the opportunity to win or even buy one of these awesome, cool, sexy looking t-shirt for yourself. Alright, talk to you soon. Ciao, ciao.